G'day, welcome back to South Africa, and this is South African Prepper. So for this video, the world is totally broken, and your responsibility as a prepper or a person that is prepared. So the last, let's call it 2.5 years, we have seen governments around the world enacting their powers. So I'm going to use the examples of Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Holland, France, and then Germany. And this is but a few of the countries that enacted authoritarian dictator rules to control their citizens with. Now, one of the big reasons why the world is broken is because of the supply system that has been disrupted because of the global lockdowns. Now, I'm a firm believer that the supply chain as we know it, or just-in-time supply chain, is one of the worst ideas that you can ever have. Producing, for an example, fruits and citruses in South Africa and then shipping them off to be sold at a higher profit in Europe, for an example. And I do believe that this supply chain system has been created by the elites of this world, in effect, to control you as a citizen of this world. So what is your responsibility when it comes to your family and this whole system that we are seeing the last 2.5 years busy collapsing? And this is where I want to use the example. When we grew up, we used to on Sundays go to our grandfather and mother, and we used to spend the Sunday afternoons with them, and then we used to return with a full basket, anything from milk to vegetables to meat. And this is how the old people used to do it. They used to be self-sufficient. They used to literally look after themselves. And in this modern day 2022, we're sitting in a scenario where a lot of people live in cities. They can actually not even produce a lettuce's head. That's how bad the situation is that we are so reliant on this modern supply system that as soon as it breaks down, like it's been broken the last 2.5 years, suddenly everybody goes into an absolute frantic of a panic, because suddenly the shelves are becoming emptier, food is becoming more scarcer, or even if there is food, it is becoming way too expensive for people to actually afford. So this whole supply chain system is a strategy of the authoritarian dictatorships of the elite to control you. So if you are reliant on the store down the road to feed your family, you are in really, really big trouble. Because if you look at China, for an example, China is a good example, where they've got the social credit system, where they can actually limit you of what you buy. So let's say you make a video like this and they don't like you, okay, they can actually stop you from buying anything. And a good example is the truckers that protested in Canada. Now, the Canadian president decided that they're gonna freeze or close down these protesters' bank accounts to basically stop them from protesting. Now, this is the power that governments around the world have at this very moment, is that they are able to stop people from protesting. Now, what is a government? The government is supposed to be serving the people, serving me and you. We pay them taxes so they can provide a service for the country. Okay, big services, small services, from power to water to roads to social development and all of that nonsense. Okay, that is the purpose of a government. The purpose of a government is not to tell you what you can and cannot do. Okay, there is no president in this world that can come to me and tell me, listen, this is good for your family, because he actually doesn't know my family. He doesn't know what is good for your family and my family. And this is where preparedness and being a prepper comes in. Okay, you have to prepare and prep in such a way that you are not reliant on the global system. that you're not reliant on getting money to go and protest against the government. So at this current moment, I do not like the governments of this world. They are really, really hypocrites. A government like Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Holland, France, Germany, we can carry on. Okay, these countries are nothing better than the old communist Soviet Russia, okay, or Nazi Germany. They are all exactly the same. They want to tell you what to do, okay, to fit in their little box so they can control you. And the one way that they are going to be controlling you in the next 2 or 3 years is one with food, okay, one with power of electricity, and then they're going to be definitely controlling you with digital currency. They're going to tell you and dictate to you what you can and cannot buy. And this is why you as a prepper, being self-sufficient, looking after your own family, can actually live outside of this draconian dictator communist system that we're currently living in this world. This is South African Prepper. God bless and please be safe.